What up, Go World? It's me, your boy JDZ, and I'm back with another Go Format video. First, I have to apologize for the previous video. I was experimenting some serious technological differences.
We seem to be experimenting some technological differences.
During the production of that video, and YouTube, something happened and it's lost forever. But for your viewing pleasure, I do have a real life reenactment of what happened because the digital footage is all gone. So take it away. Here it is, real life reenactment. Let's all watch. Dust tornado. Draw.
Oh, what's happening to me?
Attack for 15. Draw. Brick. Attack for 15. KO. I hope you guys enjoyed that reenactment of the last video. Okay, so I just defeated Snatch Deal. The night is continuing on. Super fatigued. I'm super tired, but I got to keep going. Like I said, this is what I want to do. This is why I signed up. I want to take this quest. So I have another game coming up with a player named Awesome Days. Awesome is a very good player. I don't know if they made it to Worlds or topped any serious events recently. I think they might be on the come up, just like your boy. But I know they're always like a very light player, kind of like myself. They're very easy to get along with. No real drama, no real beef. I know they kind of play Chaos Turbo and sometimes Warriors and things like that. So, and I've seen them around. So Awesome Days, if you're watching this video, this was our match that we played. Make sure you guys get in. Again, I can't plug the Discords enough and the places to come to follow the game, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on. You guys really got to, if you don't know, just spread the word and get out there and start checking this stuff out. People have been reaching out to me saying that they don't know how to get into these tournaments. Just continue to do that, and I'll guide you. You can do it too. It's a lot of fun. I know some people they don't want to do it for whatever reason, but just give it a shot. It's a lot of fun, and you will enjoy it. Also, if you know other places where people like to play, let me know that too. So I'll go there and maybe we can get more games, because I enjoy playing all the time. So if you ever want to play me, just reach out. I'll play you. I'll probably lose, but it is what it is. We'll get better along the way. We'll just thug it on out like we always do with everything else. So going into this game, like I said, I'm kind of like what I'm saying, one of those me seeks. I've been like, oh dude, I've been alive for too long. This is as long as I've ever made it. It's getting kind of weird. I'm still here. Like I should be gone by now, but I'm still kind of hanging on. So I'm just gonna keep going. See what happens and just keep going it through. We're gonna jump right into that replay. But first, I'm kind of hungry. I could definitely go for some Subway.
Food this man!
Yeah, but seriously, the jokes, all that aside, I really appreciate it. And if you want to, I really want to see this thing happen. I really want to see this thing go somewhere. I know a lot of people reach out to me, hey man, I love watching your videos. I love what you're trying to do. I want to be a part of it. Please continue to do that. It makes me feel great. It makes it all seem worth it, because I am, like I said, we all have jobs. I have things going on, and I come home and I'm trying to figure this thing out, and it's a disaster. Like it is not going. I don't know how people do it. This YouTube thing, it's not what I thought it would be. It's a lot of technology, and your boy is a caveman. So I'm going to continue to do it. It's a part of my quest, and I would appreciate it if you came along with me on this journey. Come on with your boy JD, and we're gonna get right. But here we go. I'm going to hop right onto this replay. Tell me what you guys think. As always, if you see a move that I messed up or something that you would have done different, go ahead and reach out to me, either on Discord or in the comments. Jump down in the comments, have a conversation, stay a while. Make sure you tell your friends about it. You're playing someone, hey, go check out JD. He's a pretty all right dude. I'd appreciate that. All right, so let's go ahead and get ready to hop right into this replay. So like I said, I got Awesome Days in here. Again, I like to just scroll over. Awesome Days sitting at a good solid 450. We're kind of in the same realm of talent wise, or if you judge that by the only metric. But like I said, you take that for just the grain of salt that it is, and you keep it moving. Also, if you notice over here in the viewers, we got X23S. that is who is going to take the winner of this match. So again, they have the privilege to be where they are, so they can kind of observe what's coming up next and make a plan and have that information. So that's just how it is. So I'll have to keep that in mind. X23S is a Worlds qualified player, so it's going to be what it is.
Round one.
Scissors again, bro. Scissors is really doing work for your boy. All right. So good luck. You know what I'm saying? All right, it's time to duel. I open again with the Breaker, Nobleman, Tsukiyomi, Nobleman, Dark Mimic Low. This hand has been coming to me all day. I get a lot of breakers in my first opening hand too. I don't know what that's all about. While my opponent gets the Nobleman, Gravekeeper Spy, the Koichi, Sangan, and Jar of Greed. All right, so of course I'm going to go ahead and choose to go first. I draw on the Scapegoats. A good move here. Knowing what I know now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and set the Dark Mimic and maybe the Scapegoats. We'll see what happens. So I do that. I go ahead and actually I don't set the Scapegoats. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just afraid of just getting them used and wasting them for no reason, or maybe I just want this thing to defend me as well as it can. I'm not sure, but I didn't set the Scapegoat. I'm not cool with that. But maybe I should have. Opponent draws to another Jar of Greed. Go ahead and Nobleman to the Dark Mimic, level 1 for the 15th time this tournament. No big deal. I don't think that thing has gone off one time since I put him in the deck. Opponent sets Jar of Greed number 1, Jar of Greed number 2, and passes over to me. I draw into a Mystical Space Typhoon. Go ahead and throw down the Breaker. And I go ahead and pop the Jar of Greed. Played. Opponent draws another Nobleman, no big deal. I'm going to slap down my Nobleman. Again, I like to try to summon before I do my Noblemans. I feel like if they're going to torrential, they're going to go ahead and torrential this Breaker, and then I can just save the Nobleman for the next thing. But that was my thought process anyway. End up hitting the Sangan, which is not a bad hit. I go ahead and battle in for 16. Opponent goes down. 64. I go ahead and set the Ghost this time, and I go ahead and set the MST. No big deal. So we're just cruising along. Opponent draws in the Heavy Storm. Go ahead and rips it. I go ahead and chain my Goats, and I chain the MST. Jar of Greed goes off. No big deal. Go ahead and gets the Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi just looking at this Breaker like, oh, it's on, you know. Just eating Breaker. Tsukiyomi eats Breaker for breakfast, lunch, dinner. No big deal. Opponent goes in and sets the Gravekeeper Spy. Unbeknownst to them, I still have this other Nobleman in my hand. It's drawing 2 Noblemans. You know, it's kind of hard to read that. A lot of opponents, a lot of players just don't. They just kind of assume you got the 1, and I mean, getting 2 out of the 40 is kind of a bad out. But they have the same thing too. What are the chances both of us get 2 Noblemans in the first, few cards? Go ahead and Nobleman the Gravekeeper Spy. Yeah, not the worst thing. Get that thing out of there. I go ahead and hit it again for another 16. Just doing as much damage as I can. Opponent draws into the BLS. Let's see if they check the graveyard. Let's see. Boom. Telltale sign. That's a. You see that? You don't want to do that. You want to try to risk that, because as soon as they did that, I'm like, okay, my opponent's got Magician of Faith or they got Chaos. One or the other. It can't, immediately, because that thing is super. There is no monsters in here at all. That thing is super duper dead. No point to do it. So if you're doing that, I'm really working on it myself. Just try not to, and just challenge yourself to not do that, because as soon as they hit a view graveyard, I'm like, Magician of Faith, Black or Chaos right away. Opponent throws down the Tsukiyomi, which is sick. Clean out to the Breaker, and I'm fine with it. He did his duty. He did a bunch of damage. He broke some stuff. He had fun. He came. He saw. He breakered, and he died. So I go ahead and slap down the Mystic Tomato, and just look at this artwork, dude. I love Mystic Tomato's art. Look at that looking ass, dude. Anyway, I love Mystic Tomato. Anyway, go ahead and jump in 14. Life points are getting pretty low. Opponent runs to the sick Pot of Greed. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Then he gets the Magician of Faith. Opponent sets the Tsukiyomi, which is cool. because I think, you know, I already played both my knocks. I would have put that faith down super fast right there. I really would have, because I can't mind control. I can't BLS. I can't nobleman because they're already gone. That faith would have been down, and that pot of greed would have been back in my hand in 5 seconds, 1000%. But what do you guys think? I think that was a misplay. I think my opponent should have gone, unless they're trying to set up the Tsukiyomi for a Magician of Faith auto super loop situation. But that could be it. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know. I'm bad, so I don't know. I'm going pot of greed of my own. Love to see it. Get a Magician of Faith of my own and another Mystic Tomato. Get this thing out of here. Get out of there. I go ahead and swing into the Tsukiyomi. All right. And let me stop right here, because that's another interaction that happens all the time that kind of gets a little conflict, if you will, on when I'm playing. Again, sometimes I'll play and the same thing will happen. I'll have a 1400 person out or less, and I'll hit the Tsukiyomi, and then the opponent will decide to say, hey, I'm gonna use Tsukiyomi effect on Tsukiyomi and put it back down. You super duper can do that. That's totally legal and totally fine. And if you didn't know that you could do that, so a lot of times this will happen and they'll just say, okay, I'm gonna use Tsukiyomi on the Mystic Tomato, and then Tsukiyomi will have to go back to your hand. You lose some board presence and some tempo, I guess, that way. So you want to make sure if it benefits your strategy, and that is definitely legal play and something to consider. So good job on my opponent, and that's just how it went down. Opponent draws the Mystical Space Typhoon. Go ahead and Tsukiyomi's here on the Mystic Tomato, and then Nobleman's there, which is fine. But still, that Magician of Faith that'd have been a quad pot of greed. I'd have just been pot of greed my face off right here. Yeah, I don't know. And he goes for the set now, and I get the Metamorphosis. How busted is that? That is so unfortunate. Because let's see, Tsukiyomi goes back. So I know he has this Tsukiyomi, but I know that this. So when he checked the graveyard, maybe he was trying to long con me this whole time. So I was either I knew it was either Magician of Faith or Blackluster Soldier, or Chaos, and they just happened to have them both. So I have this Metamorphosis, which I drew, and I think it might be good to just go ahead and play it. Even though I know they have the Tsukiyomi, and they can easily get rid of the Thousand Eyes, I think getting rid of that now is probably the best thing for me to do. So I go ahead and declare effect on the Magician of Faith, which, again, that probably should have been flipped at least 2 times, or definitely the one, and had pot of greed, and this game probably would have been a little bit different. So I go ahead and set the Magician of Faith my own underneath the Thousand Eyes, because I know that my opponent is in fact going to bring down the Tsukiyomi and kill this Thousand Eyes, and then I could just come back in and then flip my Magician of Faith and then do some shenanigans later on. We'll see how it works out for me. Opponent, again, as anticipated, opponent goes ahead and Tsukiyomi's the Thousand Eyes, kills it. Main phase 2 sets the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. This was the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. I said that pretty good. Okay, nailed it. All right, I draw into the Sangan, which is cool. Again, I'm not declaring my phases, as you can see, because I'm just tired. I'm just kind of just doing it, but I have since corrected that, and I'm working on doing it the right way. But before I did, I flipped my Magician of Faith in the draw phase, and my opponent was intending on wind blasting in my standby phase. So I just gave up some information, which I didn't have to do, but it's my own fault for not playing correctly. You know. So I got the Magician of Faith stacked on top of my deck. I go ahead and bring out the Mystic Tomato again and just continue the assault. Opponent's down to 2,000. Opponent draws into Magician of Faith of their own. Go ahead and brings out the BLS. It's BLS time in attack mode. Okay. BLS goes ahead and banishes the Mystic Tomato. One light, one dot. Okay. Cool. I do that all the time. I think that's fine. Magician of Faith is set again. I draw Magician of Faith. So now I'm sitting here. I got Tsukiyomi, Chaos Sorcerer, Sangan, and Magician of Faith, and I'm like, okay, if I set any of this stuff, it's gonna get yeeted into the next dimension by this guy. If I haven't been. Hopefully, I have to go back and check the tape, but I don't think I've been checking my graveyard. But I don't have chaos yet, so I got these 2 goats. I'm in a pretty good pickle. I'm in a situation, you know, these tables have turned pretty quickly. But I go ahead and think about it for a second, throw caution to the wind. I'm just like, hey, if he's got it, he's got it. If not, it is what it is. I go ahead and ram the BLS for 2,700 damage to myself. And then I can go ahead and 1 light, 1 dark and bring out my sorcerer to kind of get rid of this. Which begs the question, sometimes there's 2 rules of thought on whether to bring out the BLS in attack mode or in defense mode, especially when my graveyard isn't set up for chaos. I don't know. When do you put it in attack? When do you put it in defense? Because a lot of people bring it out in defense, and then your Grandmaster just comes flying off the top rope, and then you just look real dumb. Or you put it in attack, and then something like that happens. You know, so there's really no wrong or right way, but that's just how it shook up. And you know, that time it may have worked out for me, but it could have also have gone left very quick as well. So opponent draws into Dekoichi, flips Magician of Faith, gets back to Pot of Greed. So opponent plays Pot of Greed, gets the ring, and gets the Sinister Serpent. Opponent goes in Tsukiyomi's the Magician of Faith, and now he's cooking with kerosene. You know, got that thing, got the whole. This is a very, very disgusting, nasty loop right here, and it gets exploited all the time by turbo players and people with Magician of Faith and Tsukiyomi. Just getting back the Pot of Greed over and over and over again, just getting through your deck so fast. It's really hard to kind of keep up with sometimes. So it's a disgusting little loop. I'll go ahead and bring out the Sangan, just try to break up this loop, and maybe I can just get some damage in and just win right now. But alas, the opponent goes ahead and throws out Ring, kills Sangan, and I get Spear Reaper. I don't know if that was the right. Maybe I should have got something else. I don't know, but I didn't attack with Chaos Sorcerer. Very weird. Oh, okay. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know why I didn't do that. I wasn't thinking. I should have continued to attack. Maybe I was afraid of Mirror Force. No, he gotta play Mirror Force. No, he didn't. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't attack right there. He could have played Mirror Force on Sang and he didn't do it. I don't know. Opponent go ahead and MSTs my book. Opponent draws into a 3rd Dekoichi. So he's got all his Dekoichi'd up right now. Full house of Dekoichis. Opponent goes ahead and flips the Magician of Faith, gets back Pot of Greed again. Plays it, gets Chaos Sorcerer and Thunder Dragon. But I don't think they have a dark. That is unfortunate. All those Dekoichis and not a drop to drink, dude. Unfortunate. Hate to see it. Absolutely hate to see it. Brings out the Tsukiyomi again. I think no, he can't. He has to because he has to protect the Magician of Faith. Okay. Brings out Tsukiyomi again. Battles to another goat. And he just got all that orange, man. You hate to see it. Hate to see it. All this orange, man. You want to see some green. You want to see some purple. You don't want to see all that orange in your hand because you got a lot of orange. Chances are you're not able to, because you can only summon one monster a turn. If you got a bunch of orange like this, you can't really do much with it. It's just going to be a bunch of crap in your hand that can't be used. So that's super duper unfortunate for my opponent. I don't know what happened with the draws, but they kind of got handled on that whole deal. And he didn't discard a dark. Very strange. I would have threw one of these Dekoichis out super quick. Got that chaos rocking. But alas, oh, they did. Okay, they did too. So I go ahead and bring out the Tsukiyomi, do a little flippity flip on the Sork, attack, and I get a game. That worked out for me. And this, again, that's just how the game is sometimes, you know. But you gotta keep thugging. You can't. I mean, because I could have easily been blown out in that game. I probably should have been. You know, my opponent played Pot of Greed, 3-4 times, and just couldn't get it rocking, you know. But again, the gameplay happened, and that's how it went. But what do you guys think? If you see something I did that I could clean up on my end, let me know. Same thing with my opponent. If you see, I noticed, hey, maybe they should have did that Magician of Faith play earlier when I used both my knocks and I had no room for mind control. It was probably time to go Magician of Faith and for another pot of greed right there. But you know, we live and learn. We keep it moving. You know, so we're going on to game 2. Again, super luck sack on that one. I definitely would rather be lucky than good at this game any day. If I can be the most lucky person, let me be the most lucky person every time, because the lucky person is gonna do better some of the time. You know, I don't know, maybe not all the time, but edit that. But it happens. It happens to every single person. There's no way you can tell me anyone's been playing this game for more than, you know, a day and realize like, hey, I probably should have won that game, but my opponent just outdrew me, or they had every answer to every question, they had all the answers to every situation that I presented to them. But that's just how it is sometimes. Still love it. Love the game. You should too. Tell your friends.
Round 2, fight.
All right, so going into game 2, my opponent's probably super tilted because of that, and then they get the Thunder Dragon curse, dude. When you get a double, when you're holding 2 of a kind in your opening hand, you definitely hate to see it. You do not like to see it. No one likes to see it. No one. So that's very unfortunate for my opponent. But you got to thug it out. You know, you get a double. You're getting a double Trogdor, dude. Look at Trogdor over here. You get a double Trogdor just burninating the countryside. Hate to see it. Absolutely. Unless you get 3. If you get 3 of a kind, that should be like an automatic win or something. You get all 3 of them, but getting 2 is just the absolute worst. I actually don't like playing Thunder Dragon. It's so good, but I actually don't like playing it because I always get 2. But anyway, that's how it is. It happened to me this tournament, and you all witnessed that. It didn't end well for me. Opponent goes in and throws out 1 Thunder Dragon, and then just brings out the other one. So at that moment, they try to do it like a real slick kind of way to make it seem like, you know, I know the vibes, dude. I absolutely know the vibes. People do that. You see how he did. I don't know if you pay attention, you go back and watch the footage. You know, you throw one out real quick and then you put one in the graveyard real fast, make it seem like you got 2 out. Nah, we monitor all that, so we know the homies got 2 Thunder Dragons in the opening rip, and we just absolutely don't want to see that. But I'm bad, so I can. If anybody can figure out a way to lose this, it's your boy. So let's see what happens. So they go ahead and set the Regeki Break and they set the Mirror Force and the Trap Dust Shoot and the Sangan, and so they go. And then I get the Graceful Charity, but again, my hand is all right. I got the Regeki Break, Heavy Storm, Tsukiyomi, Nomen to Cross Out, Magician of Faith, and the Graceful Charity. So I'm thinking to myself, hey, you know, self, my opponent is sitting on a brick right now, so I need to just do something to make it happen for myself. I know these are probably jar greeds, so let's see what happens. Opponent goes ahead and Trap Dust Shoot, so they're definitely not jar greeds. Opponent goes ahead and throws back the Tsukiyomi, which is not bad for them. I go ahead and Nobleman the Sangan, and then I play the Graceful Charity. Usually, like I said, I like to try to wait, especially because like playing it right now is really not doing anything for me, you know, because I don't really have a lot of stuff that I want to discard. But I feel if I can just get, you know, like a Chaos Monster right now, or if I can get like some kind of something, I could just hit the gas pedal and maybe just run away. You know, that's the plan. But you know, we'll see. So Graceful's cool. I get Metamorphosis, Tsukiyomi, and Scapegoat. I discard the Regeki Break and I discard the Heavy Storm. The reason I picked the Heavy Storm because I'm playing against like a Chaos Turbo deck, and a lot of their stuff is very chainable anyway. So, and they got a lot of Jar Greeds and whatnot. I didn't really see any Solemn Judgments last game, so I figure I might as well just get rid of it now and just keep the Metamorphosis because I can really use that maybe later. What do you guys think? I might be off my rocker. I go ahead and set the Scapegoats and the Tsukiyomi. I said the Tsukiyomi because if one of these cards, I know these two are Thunder Dragon, but that's Nobleman or this is Lucky. Because I was like, okay, if one of these is a knock, then the Tsukiyomi can eat it, and then my Faith can have a better chance of going off. You know, that was my thought. Or I can just have the Faith down, have the Tsukiyomi down, flip the Faith, get a get a little Suk action of my own. At least that was the thought. Maybe that was a bad move. You tell me what you think. I'm pretty sure I probably should have set the Faith, and then I could have just Tsukiyomi from the hand if they got nothing. I should have took the risk the other way instead of the way that I did. Opponent sets or grabs the Dekoichi. Go ahead and hard summons the Dekoichi, which is just love to see it. A little some aggression in my life. Same thing. I go ahead and Suk Juke, flip it back down. No big deal. I go ahead and set the Magician of Faith now because I'm fairly confident they don't have the Nobleman. Opponent draws Gravekeeper Spy. Go and throws that down. And he's like, opponent's like, hey, I'm swinging. I'm down. I like that. I like that mentality. I probably should start doing that myself. They're like, I'm down. I need to just get some damage up and just swing in. So opponent swings in, hits the Magician of Faith. I get back Grapes of Charity. And opponent just says go. I draw another Magician of Faith. So again, I'm new to the. I'm trying to figure out how to play these cards. Like these are the best, some of the best cards, some of the best decks use the best cards. Again, I'm super casual, and I never use the best cards. I use the most trash cards. But I use Grapes of Charity, obviously, and I don't like his Magician of Faith. It's good, probably one of the best cards in the game. Again, I don't use it that much, so I'm trying to figure out like what's the best way to do this. Like I got this Grapes of Charity. Should I jam it now and just keep flipping it? I don't know. That's my thought process. I'm like, man, I got this Grapes of Charity back and I keep playing it, but I feel like I'm just kind of stuck in the mud because I don't have like a Sinister Serpent to go along with it. I don't have like some Thunder Dragons to go along with it. I'm just kind of just drawing and discarding, and it's not really getting me anywhere. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. If you got some tips for your boy, like if you have a hand similar to this, what's the best way to get more advantage out of this Grapes of Charity? Because this is one of the most powerful cards in the game. And I've played it twice, and I feel like I'm still kind of in the same spot. So I go ahead and just play it. Maybe something will happen. I draw, I discard the Nobleman, and I discard the Zumbira. I probably should have threw out. Looking back at it, one of these Metamorphoses should have gone there, and I should have kept this Zumbira and just start throwing elbows off the top rope again. But it is, or maybe I should still have this Goats down here. I probably should have thrown this Goats out. Kept the Zumbira, and again, it'll put me right back where I am right now. But your boy's bad, no big deal. So I go ahead and set Magician of Faith again. Opponent throws down Breaker right on time. Breaker to the rescue, pops the Scapegoats, hits the Tsukiyomi. I go ahead and set the Breaker because I don't want to set these guys and give my opponent the opportunity to get some type of effect off. So I get Magician of Faith back, get Grapes of Charity again, and I'm like still not like anywhere. I'm still right back where I was. I don't, Sinister Serpent would have been so money in this whole equation, but alas, my Sinister Serpent lacks discipline, dude. He has no discipline. My Sinister Serpent is disrespectful. Okay, he lacks discipline. He doesn't show up on time. He's lazy. His hair's uneven. My Sinister Serpent is the worst, bro. The worst. Anyway, rant complete. So I go ahead and draw 3. I think for a second, and I go ahead and throw the Regeki Break. I throw the Delinquent Duo. I do that because I know they're sitting on these 2 Thunder Dragons right here. And if I pay 1,000, it's just gonna fill his graveyard with more lights and potentially darks, and you can just kind of yeet me again. Because again, with Chaos, if you know your opponent's rocking Chaos, you gotta kind of think about what's on the field, but also you need to consider what's in the graveyard. And if they don't have the ability to put Chaos on you, you need to try to limit that for as long as you can. I mean, obviously, I got until you have a way to deal with it, because now I got this Metamorphosis here, I got the Scapegoats, I got this Tribe. So if Chaos hits the field, I can at least have a response to it. So you don't want to just be going ham with it and just setting yourself up. So I get this Mystic Tomato out here. he eats that mirror for us. You know, no big deal. Shout out to your boy. He did his duty. So breaker comes back. Opponent doesn't summon, which is fine. I'm trying to play around torrential. Torrential will just be devastating. I go ahead and take the 16, but I decide to not take the 12 and the 14. I did that because I want to have at least 2 goats, because I have these 2 metamorphoses. So maybe I can use them both. I don't know. That's just something I did. I don't know why I did that. So I'm gonna play 1. Again, I don't wanna you know, feed the graveyard too much. Even though they have those Thunder Dragons, they can just sack at any time. I don't know, I'm so bad. So it really doesn't matter what I'm trying to do. But I take the set just because I don't want to. Probably should have just taken Breaker and just started bashing these guys, but that's life. Opponent draws the Lightning Vortex. That is so sick. Oh my goodness. I wish I had the courage to play Lightning Vortex. I just lack courage. I like this one. I love Lightning Vortex. Man, I had an ultimate rare Lightning Vortex back in the day. It was so sick. Those were the days. So opponent is in full attack mode, man. After all those Graceful Charities, after all that Thunder Dragon, my opponent just weathered and just continued the assault on your boy's HQ right now. I am so sad about it. I draw. I grab Zumbira the Dark. I go ahead and try. I call Spellcaster, killing the Breaker and the Grapefruit Spy. And I go ahead and go into battle and crack the Koichi. So that's not a bad interaction, but it's just still, it's like I played Graceful all those times. I did all that drawing. I opened such good cards. My opponent bricked so hard, and look, they're back. They're right back in it. I don't know if I did something wrong. I'm sure someone who knows how to play these cards better than I do can see, hey, like, hey, you should have did this. You should have did this. And if you would have did that, you could have did this. And then you did that, and then guess what? Boom, 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 boom. This game is over. And I'm like, hey, you know what? That's why I made this whole, that's what this whole channel's about. So if you're that guy or gal or person who can look at this replay and see where I dropped the ball, please tell me, because I know I dropped it, but I just can't see where it got dropped. But opponent gets back to Lightning Vortex. Was that the best choice? That's the only spell card they have. And they're bricking so bad. Like, they have no green in their graveyard. None. They have no green. That is insane. How many monsters do they have in their deck? Are they playing 50 monsters? No green. Your boy has got all sorts of just a menagerie of just colors in here. Oh, got some purples in there. I got some greens. I got some maroons. I got some orange. Dude, that is just unfortunate. So, again, my opponent's just sitting on a huge brick both games. And that's just the way it goes, man. I'm so sorry. Go ahead and get heavy. Opponent thinks for a second. Go ahead and sacks up the Magician of Faith for Thunder Dragon and crashes. Interesting. I draw. I grab Pot of Greed. Like, I don't know what, somebody loves me. I don't know what I did to please someone, but they really are jiving with your boy right now. I get the Snatch Steal, and I get the Breaker. I'm going to throw down a Breaker. I'm like, I'm behind in life points. I need to do some damage. So I crack in for 19. Say go. Opponent draws a main decked, or I'm pretty sure that's side decked Magic Jammer. That would literally piss me off. Like, that would be the most annoying thing in the history of the universe. But fortunately for them, they got the Lightning Vortex, so they could just get that off and just call it in. But that would make me so mad. I hate it when my side deck cards come in and they're not going to work for your boy. That pisses me off. Like, I bring a card in to make my life easier for the matchup, and then you come at a time where it's like, bro, I needed you when I needed you. When my man was playing Graceful 4 times in a row, that's when I needed you to come in. But you're coming in now when I don't need you. Get out of here. So that's super frustrating. I hate when that happens. That happens to me too. So I draw. I get my Thunder Dragons. I get 1, 2 to hand. Okay, boom. I go ahead and slap down the elbow dropping Zumbira in attack mode and say go. Now my opponent gets their Graceful Charity, which is just so stupid. I'm sorry. Gets 3. Really has no choice but to throw out the Rogeki Break and the mystical space typhoon, I would say, because you gotta have some kind of monster to defend yourself. And Grapefruit Spy is not a bad one because you can get more spies to kind of defend your LPs. Well, like I said, they probably had really no choice. You had to get something down to defend your life points. It is what it is. So I draw into Share the Pain. I put that in again. Jokes. I don't know why I did that. I was just throwing it in there. I was just trying stuff out. I mean, this is a tournament. It's my first tournament. I'm trying to be loose. I'm trying to have fun. I just played a really long match, and now I'm just trying to have some fun with it. So I threw in this Share the Pain for no real reason. I'm going to go into battle. I'm going to hit the Grapefruit Spot. Does not have another one. Oh, they got all 3 in the graveyard. So cool. That worked out for me. Next play, opponent gets Tribe Infecting Virus, which is unfortunate. He has his Sinister Serpent. My opponent's Sinister Serpent also lacks discipline. My Sinister Serpent lacks discipline. So that's unfortunate because that could have been really neat to just throw this tribe down, throw out Sinister Serpent, kill me, and just move on to game 3. That would have been so sick. But alas, that's just how it goes. Your boy goes ahead and sacks up the Zumbira for Thunder Dragon, and then I throw down the Blackluster Soldier. And I go ahead and hit in for 46. And I'm like, okay, I got to do as much damage as I can because there's a lot of cards that can just kill me right now. My opponent gets a Chaos Sorcerer, gets a Blackluster Soldier, gets a Snatch Steel, gets a Sinister Serpent. No, gets a there's so many cards that can just beat me right now. And I'm feeling super vulnerable, but I'm like, hey, you gotta send it. Sometimes that's how it go. Opponent draws Magician of Faith. The dumbest Magician of Faith. But again, it's not bad because he's got this tribe. He's got, he can kill this, crash, and then I'm in the draw phase. So we'll see. Opponent throws down the Tribe Infecting Virus. Go ahead and declares Warriors, killing the Blackluster Soldier. And then they think for a moment. They're thinking, and they decide not to attack. What'd you guys think? I probably would have, because this could have easily have been, this could have been Mirror Force. This could have been Magical Cylinders. This could have been anything. It could have been whatever. But they did not decide to attack. And it would have worked out too because I get I draw the dumbest Trap Dust Shoot here. But I also have this Snatch Steel, which is just, that sucks. My opponent did not draw very well at all during this game. Shout out to Awesome Days. It's nothing against them. I think they played it. They made a few mistakes here and there, but I definitely outdrew them on this game. It's just how it goes. I drew this Trap Dust Shoot. Then they get the Pot of Greed. The game's over. Pot of Greed, what did they get? Did they show the other two? No, he didn't. They didn't go through it. But again, that's just how it is. If he attacks there, crashes, I got nothing to snatch. He goes Pot of Greed. He gets literally anything, any monster at all. That's dub, and we're going to game 3. But I go ahead and win, 2-0 that one. And again, it's getting late. It's super late. This is the longest I've ever been around for one of these tournaments. I got a world's qualified opponent coming up next. I'm like, hey, I'm at this point. I feel like I'm loose. I'm chill. After that long match with Snatch Steel 92, long match with I'm just like, hey, anything else is gravy. I've met a lot of my goals and expectations in this match. I don't know what seeding I'm at right now, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. So yeah, so that was the match. Tell me, please comment, like, subscribe, share, engage, tell people about it, get this thing happening. More news for the GOAT. I mentioned it last video, but it also got cut off. So there's more great news for the GOAT community. I finally found out what the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling teams were, and basically what it is just people who have been playing together for a long time. They play together currently still. They just get together and exchange ideas, exchange deck building tips, and try to help each other get better, like in a micro group, micro. You know, they talk theory and all that. So that's what dueling teams are. And fortunately for us, currently ongoing right now, probably two of the top teams, I would say, in Go format right now, LRG and Team Rampage, they are doing an 8 versus 8 head-to-head like team battle, and it's really cool to check out. So if you guys are part of the Discords, or if you're part of some of these Go format areas, I'm sure you're staying tuned in for that, because it's very entertaining. Surely it's not for, I don't think it has any stakes or anything like that, but it's definitely probably gonna be bragging rights going to whichever team is going to win that. And it's great for the community at large. So if you're interested in that kind of thing and just checking that out and just seeing some of the best, because these teams rosters are stacked, top to bottom, all the players are really, really, really super good. So if you're new to the game and you're new to the competitive scene, if you just kind of observe and see what some of the best players are doing and like their deck building things and how they interact with certain cards and how they play against each other, there's always something to take away. I've been watching a lot of the rounds and I've been learning a lot from that too. So just make sure you stay tuned into that. I think Moxie's from LRG. He set that up with some of the with the captains from Team Rampage. So stay tuned for that. And also there's tournaments every all the time in the GOAT format Discord. I think there's a Patreon dice giveaway tournament that they're doing. It's going to be lots of fun. I'm going to enter that. I'm going to do my best, and we'll see what happens. Either way, I'm going to share the results. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to share my embarrassing results right here on this channel. So feel free to tune into that, and I'll be looking for all the assistance I can get to help me make it do what it do. All right, I'm ranting. I didn't rant a lot during this video. Like I said, I got a clean 2-0 that time, so this video gonna be a little bit shorter. Sorry for my people who like the longer videos, but I'm still kind of ranting. But again, it was a very difficult video to make. It was a pleasure to make this video, and it's my joy that you all decided to come here and watch it. Please stay tuned for the next one, and until then, shout out to the OGs, salute to the real ones. It's been real. Until the next one, peace. Okay.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.